Stan was one of our ambassadors, and he would come and visit us once in a while in the coaching office, and had some really good ideas about the game. And he saw things kind of differently than we were looking at it. It was great just talking to him and thinking about how he approached it and how he saw it, and some of the memories, how we used to play. And you know, you run anybody that played against Stan Mikita, they got a story or two about what a competitor he was.
For years early in his career, he was one of the nastiest players in the NHL. A miserable son of a gun on the ice is how one former coach described him. And then, just like that, he was one of the most gentlemanly players in the game. As transformations go, it was unmatched and remarkable.
His daughter Meg was 5 years old, and he just led the league in penalties the year before. And she went to her first or second or third game. And after the game, she said, "Daddy, how come you always get to sit by yourself?" He's in the penalty box. He said that changed him. And, you know, the very next year he won the Lady Byng Trophy.
Now here's a chance, a shot. Oh, by Stan Mikita.
Stan Mikita was the outstanding player on the ice, no question in my mind. There's no doubt he's one of the great hockey players, particularly around a net.
Over the line.
A terrific offensive player with great stick handling skills, one of the best face-off men of his time, Mikita was a star with the Chicago Blackhawks for 22 seasons.
You know, even in practice, you couldn't get the puck off him. He was so good. And, you know, he won the scoring championship a few times. He won everything. He was a true superstar.
Mikita was born in communist Czechoslovakia, but was spirited away to Canada when he was just 8 years old, raised by an aunt and uncle. Nicknamed Stosh because of his heritage, he had tough times as a kid, being new to the country, unable to speak the language. But over time, he began to fit in and excelled at hockey. He was signed by the Blackhawks and was a standout for 3 seasons with their junior affiliate, the St. Catharines Teepees, leading the OHA with 97 points in his final season.
Stan, when you first came up to the Blackhawks, it was rather a good story, your first game with the Blackhawks, and I don't think we've told that before.
No, it's going back a few years ago. I was playing with the St. Catharines Teepees, as they were known then, and Harry Watson was our coach. He called up one night just as I was having dinner, and he said, "What are you doing tonight, Stan? I want you to go to Chicago and play a game." And next thing you know, I'm in Chicago, and nobody there to meet me. I don't know which way to turn. I don't even know which way the loop is or stadium or anything. So I was waiting around the coffee shop, and finally Rudy Pilla showed up and led me by the hand like a little lost sheep.
Mm-hmm.
In his second season in Chicago, he helped lead the Blackhawks to a Stanley Cup victory in 1961. It was their first since 1938, and their last for many years to follow.
Tell me, boy, what do you put in that hockey stick of yours to blast them like that?
Bullets, man.
You pulled the trigger on that one, Stan.
Yeah, I got struck pretty flush on my stick that time, Ward, and felt real good.
Despite playing with a wonky back that would dog him for the rest of his career, Mikita helped to lead the Blackhawks back to the Cup final in 1971, where they suffered a gut-wrenching loss in 7 games to the Montreal Canadiens. Mikita was one of the first players to wear a helmet, donning one after taking a shot to the head in 1968 and suffering a concussion and severed ear. He helped design the distinct bowl-style helmet he wore until retiring in 1980. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1983 with teammate Bobby Hull, who together made the curved stick popular and a scoring weapon.
He was a competitor, and it was always a challenge to play against him because you had to play your best. Otherwise, he was going to make you look foolish.
The puck is out of the stick of Mikita, and Stan is in, and Stan scores! Sensational move on the part of Mikita.
Stan Mikita will always be remembered as one of the greatest Blackhawks, whichever way he wanted to play the game.
Pound for pound, likely one of the greatest that ever played the game. Slippery with the puck. He made people look like outdoor backhouses. The way he could handle the biscuit. Came to play all the time and was very confident in the way he played.
Stan was such a great player. He was an enjoyable guy to be around. Yeah, he really was.
The first star, Stan Mikita.